I'm doing my very best in this video to try and remain calm, but to be perfectly honest, I am extremely freaking happy. So there have been some new, rather major leaks about the Final Fantasy IX Remake. Yeah, you heard me correctly, FF9, not FF7, not the rumors of the Final Fantasy Tactics remaster, a complete rebuilding of Final Fantasy IX, a game that is debatably the very best Final Fantasy. But let's take a look at these leaks and why I feel like fans, such as myself, are going to be freaking thrilled. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. So currently there's a bunch of rumors swirling around that we're about to get some sort of very major Final Fantasy, maybe sort of showcase, some sort of like Final Fantasy deep dive. You can see there is a big countdown right now going on for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 called Rebirth. They're currently counting down to what seems like June 11th. There's obviously this talk about Final Fantasy 16, which has already had a leaked demo. It seems like literally any day now, perhaps in the next 48 hours, they're just going to surprise drop a gigantic Final Fantasy 16 demo. But there has been a bunch of major leaks over the course of this last couple days about a full Final Fantasy IX Remake, which apparently is going to have old school turn-based combat. I am absolutely thrilled about that, but let's take a look. So this is actually over on WCCTech.com, and their sources on this, I decided to really dig through this and look into it. It's definitely very legit. If this is not real, I will be completely freaking stunned. Every bit of this, I think, is 100% accurate. But it says this: the rumored Final Fantasy IX Remake will not be an action role-playing game like the latest entries in the series, but will feature more traditional gameplay according to some new rumors. Now, there has definitely been a lot of debate among the hardcore Final Fantasy fans about this big shift, this big change we've seen within Final Fantasy. The FF7 Remake is very combat focused, dodging, parrying, trying to throw out magic and stuff like that. Like Final Fantasy VII is now more of an action game than a lot of other Final Fantasies have ever even attempted. Whereas obviously Final Fantasy XVI literally hired the guy from Devil May Cry to make sure the combat was as frenetic and fast as possible. People have actually been directly asking in interviews and stuff to the publishers, the developers, to the directors of Final Fantasy saying, will we ever get turn-based back? And it sounds like we're going to see that. We're going to see old school freaking ATB, active time battle system. But here we go. Speaking on the ResetEra forums, I'm a Hero 2, who revealed last week that the remake will be a PlayStation console exclusive and is likely not coming to Nintendo Switch, revealed that the remake will have traditional gameplay. So it's likely to feature an evolution of the action time battle system. Oh, heck yeah. Which is featured in the original, which is sort of like whenever you see FF9 or FF7, it's where you have like a bar that slowly fills up, and when it's full, you get a chance to attack or cast magic or use an item. Additionally, they revealed that while the remake won't be on the same level of the Final Fantasy VII Remake, it won't be a simple remaster. This is so freaking cool. I mean, it definitely means the fact that this does sound like it's going to be a pretty big project. The exact wording he had when he talked about it being a console exclusive to PlayStation is he said, this thing has PlayStation written all over it, and it looks like it will not be able to run on Nintendo Switch, which could mean two separate things. It could mean that A, the trailer itself literally said PlayStation all over it, which is a possibility. I have seen my fair share of top secret leaks, and a lot of times they actually have like anti-leaking stuff on it. Like the actual videos and screenshots will have like text on the screen to make it so that if somebody tries to post it, they get caught and sued. He could have seen an actual trailer, but it said PlayStation employee number. The other thing is, perhaps this is just such gloriously HD remasterification. Maybe this remake looks so good, it couldn't run on Nintendo Switch, or maybe just wouldn't fit on a single cartridge for the Switch. Now, this is so cool to me. While more insiders are talking about the Final Fantasy IX Remake, as even Jeff Grubb, the famous leaker himself, recently stated that the game is real and coming, Square Enix has yet to announce it. That, though, it is coming. There's no doubt this game actually exists, because it was even mentioned in the GeForce Now leak from 2020, and every single thing that's been on that GeForce Now leak, every game has been real. Every single game that was on that list turned out to be accurate, because, I mean, it wasn't a leak. It was a top secret document that just happened to slip out. It was the actual for realsies news. Man, it's so cool to me that Final Fantasy IX of everything is getting a remake, because honestly, I just think it's so good. Final Fantasy IX is a game that is just so dark and messed up and cutesy all at once. I'm kind of curious to see it come back, simply to see how they decide to deal with some of these incredibly bleak cutscenes of mass murder and crazy summons and stuff. I think the story of Final Fantasy IX and the leveling systems are still some of the best that have ever existed in Final Fantasy. And I'm dead serious about that. I just think learning skills off of items, the trance system, the main villain Kuja, it is across the board a really, really good game. But I guess now I'm just sort of curious, what is going to be new? Because that's kind of what's been most interesting about the Final Fantasy VII remakes, is that they've been adding in extra side quests, new cutscenes, new characters, stuff that adds a lot of additional depth to Final Fantasy VII. What if we got that with Final Fantasy IX? What if we get to see more of the random thief troop Tantalus? What if we get to see more about Freya? What if we get a chance to see more of these different locations like Burmacia and stuff? Final Fantasy IX is the very definition of iconic. I mean, seriously, I kind of want to get a big-ass VV tattoo. That's legitimately how much I love the game. I am so wonderfully curious to see a trailer for this. I am dead serious. I think we're going to see it this week. I think literally in the next couple days, we're going to see the Final Fantasy IX Remake trailer, and I want to pick it apart with a fine-tooth comb. Hopefully it's coming next year. I feel like even if this game is done, it's probably a while off, simply because they don't want to step on their own toes. They're already trying to release the Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 Rebirth, and obviously Final Fantasy 16, and apparently they're going to drop that Final Fantasy Tactics Remaster. I am just curious when we're going to get this and what it's going to turn into. But what are your thoughts? Give me your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please keep dreaming. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.